is Clement Pepe. I'm a success coach. We're going to talk today about what stops most people. I would presume you are most people out there. And so we want to talk a little bit about what may stop you from doing what you know you need to do or having what you know you want to have, etc. Now, again, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I've been a coach now almost 29 years. I've been coaching individuals, and what I've done about 25,000 hours or more of one-to-one coaching. That's not counting seminars and talks and etc., but really one-to-one coaching, about 25,000, give or take, hours. And basically what I found over these many years that I've been working with people is there are certain principles and practices that are all about what we can use to get more successful in what we're out there to do in the world. So I'll talk a little bit more about Power Technology. I'll talk a little bit about Power Technology Coaching Academy, which is a school to teach others and to certify others how to be coaches toward the end of this. But I want to talk now about this aspect of what stops most people. Now, I presume we all have goals. I presume we all have desires, things that we want. And it's going to take action in order to get those. We can't just sit on a mountaintop and start declaring, I'm going to have all these things, and think that they're going to happen. We've got to take action. And there's always a part where we get to a place where we need to take that action. And there's a couple of the things that will happen in that particular place when we get there regarding the things that will get us to take action or will stop us from taking action. And what that something is our conversations about we doing what we said we were going to do or we not doing what we said we were going to do. And really what stops most people is two words, the start. That's usually what stops most of us, is the start. And so our job is to get started on whatever it is, the action step that we said we were going to take in order to get to the goal we said we wanted to create. And for example, if you have a goal to create some aspect of monies and you're in a sales position, then there are some actions that you need to take at some point that you've hopefully declared and put into your calendar. Now, when you get to that point, there's going to be a conversation going on in your mind. And that conversation may be something that's going to slow you down from taking the action that you need to take. It may be something that is keeping you away from doing what you want to do or doing it on a consistent basis. The interesting thing about ourselves is a lot of times the conversation that's going on, and why I'm doing this is it's estimated we're speaking to ourselves about 300 to 800 words a minute every waking hour. And why I'm doing that is that's going on constantly. And so if we think we are having that conversation, we've had it for a long time probably, if we think we're going to have another thought that's going to interrupt that conversation and create a different conversation, probably not going to happen. Because this one that we've had going on for so long, especially if it's a negative conversation, I can't do it right, or what if they reject me, or what if it doesn't work, or who do I think I am, whatever conversations we got going on. If we try and counteract that negative conversation with a positive thought, then it's not going to happen. It's not strong enough. This one is much stronger. It's been there a long time. We've got to create a different way of attacking it. And one of the ways I say the best way to attack it is to speak it out loud rather than just think it. The Bible is a great, in Genesis, it talks about God creating the universe. And God didn't think the universe into existence. God spoke the universe into existence. He said, let there be light. There was no light before that. He spoke it into existence. He said, let there be this, let there be that. And then in the Bible it says, and God saw what he said, and it was good. And so we also are created in the image of God. So if we're doing what we need to do in far as speaking is concerned, we're going to overshadow the thought that gives us that cause to want to not do what we said we were going to do. And so by speaking it, we're really taking that thought and pushing it down rather than creating the conversation that's getting in the way of or generating another aspect of the negativity. The thought will be taken down by the conversation. And I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. In your mind, I want you to do a couple of things and just play along with me on this. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do, don't do it yet, let me wait till I ask you to do it, but I'm going to ask you to count in your mind 1 to 10 when I tell you to do that. And then I'm going to ask you to do something else. And then when you will do that, I want you to do that also. Okay? So we'll play this little game, all right? So first off, start counting 1 to 10 in your mind. Now, say out loud, hallelujah. Now, what happened to the counting? It probably stopped because the conversation hallelujah interrupted it. The same thing happens with our conversations that we speak out loud. Is say, for example, well, I'll give you an example for me. Not too long ago, I was, a few days ago actually, I make a commitment to do a lot of things in the morning. I get pretty up early in the morning. And so I had a commitment to work out in the morning, along with the other things I was doing and whatnot. So as I'm doing these other things, all of a sudden, the working out wasn't looking as attractive as it was when I said I was going to work out. I started coming up with reasons why not to work out. And you know what I'm talking about, I'm sure. And yeah, I got to get dressed, I got to get this there, I got to go do this, I got to do So I started talking myself out. So what I had to do is I had to create a different aspect of the working out. I had to, well, let me back up for a second, and then this will make even more sense. You know, there's a thing going around called the law of attraction. It's a natural law of the universe, but there's a lot of people that are touting the law of attraction. And the interesting thing about the law of attraction, it's almost like it's almost like it's been told to us that all we have to do is get into a vibration, and then we're going to attract from the universe that which it is that we want to create. Well, the last 6 letters of the word attraction spell action. And so we have to take action in order to attract something. We just can't sit on a mountaintop and chanting, I want to get in the great shape that I want to get in, or whatever, or I want to earn this kind of money, etc. We have to take action. And it's interesting because a lot of times that I've heard in this law of attraction conversation is that if you're not feeling it, don't do it. All right? You just got, if you got to feel it, you got to feel it, you got to feel it. Well, you know, a lot of times, you know, the alarm goes off, you're not feeling it. Or a lot of times you're going to work out, you're not feeling it, and so on. So what I really decided is that we have to talk our feelings up to getting us to want to do the action step that we need to take to create the goal that we want to take. That if we're waiting to feel it, we may wait a long time. And this conversation a lot of times is talking us out of feeling it. So we have to talk ourselves into the feeling that's going to get us to do what it is that we say we want. And that's what I had to do in that point where I was kind of talking myself out of working out. I had to talk myself into the feeling of what it was going to be like after I worked out. You ever notice that when you've worked out or done anything you said you were going to do, that you're feeling much better after you've done it? So I had to tell myself that, okay, you're going to feel much better when you work out. You're going to be in better shape because you did it. You're going to feel better about you being in integrity. You're going to really feel better about who you are and what you're up to. You're going to be able to help your clients see that that's what they need to do, etc. So as I'm talking myself, again, speaking it out loud. It's okay to speak out loud to yourself. If you're by yourself, if you're with others, maybe you might not do that. But speaking out loud to yourself is very, very important because, like I said, you're going to start taking that mind chatter and putting it where it belongs, which is not in your best interest to have it there, and now putting it other. And that's what I was able to do. I started putting that feeling at the end of the working out rather than all the drudgery it was going to make to work out, etc. And sure enough, I did the workout. I felt much better. All that stuff I knew was going to happen, happened. But if I didn't get myself to that place of talking myself into the feeling, it wouldn't have happened. We have to do that. That's what's going to get us to that just start process. We've got to talk ourselves up and talk that feeling up because, again, we can't wait for the feeling to happen. We've got to create the feeling. And how we do that? Start speaking it. Affirmations. I know I'm going to make this happen. We're going to make this great. I'm going to generate this. I'm going to make that appointment that I have committed to. I'm going to get them to agree to the sale that we're working on. Whatever it might be, we're talking ourselves into the feeling. And the interesting thing about our feelings, as we've talked about many times, the feelings come from the thoughts. So we think something and we speak it out loud, we're going to raise up our feelings if it's in fact something that's empowering us. If we're talking ourselves down, things that are disempowering us, I can't do that. Who do I think I am? Well, I didn't do it before, so what's going to make me think I could do it now? All of that is going to bring us down and disempower us. And so our job is to get that first step, which is called the two words that we need to use in our own minds, just start. The alarm goes off in the morning, you say you're going to get up at a certain time, just start. Hit the button on the alarm, not the snooze button, the other button that stops the alarm, and throw your legs out over the bed, stand up, walk away from the bed. You'll find, and again, you'll have to talk yourself up to do that. Because if not, your mind is telling, oh, God, it's so tired, etc. You people on the East Coast, especially when it's colder, etc., then there's a lot more times that mind's going to want to talk you out of it. You've got to talk to yourself about getting up going. We've got to do this. It's not, if we're waiting for it to happen, it won't happen. And again, in our goal setting, the way that we're going to reach our goals is to take the actions that are consistent with the results we want to have. And our job is to talk ourselves into feeling like taking those actions, feeling like making it happen. And when you're doing that, now you're taking those actions on a much more empowered place. If you're taking actions, dreading it, hating it, not wanting to do it, etc., then you're not going to be as successful. So our job is not to wait till we get the feeling. Our job is to bring the feeling to the level that we need to take. And again, looking at what's going to look like after we've done that feeling. And then all of a sudden now, we're doing more of the sowing or the action steps. We do more of the sowing of the action steps. The natural consequences are we're going to reach the goals that we want. We don't do the amount of sowing or action steps that we want or need, then we're not going to reach the goal. You plant 3 seeds, you will not get 100 crop of whatever the harvest may be. It won't happen. Okay, where you come from, where you do, what you pray, won't happen. You've got to plant accordingly to what you want to grow. And it's the same with us in sales or in our health and fitness, in our relationships, in our spiritual walk, in whatever areas that are important to you. Your job is to talk yourself up to take the actions that are going to create that. You do that for 30 days straight, it'll become a habit. Those will be things that will happen right away for you. So start speaking into your goals what you're going to create out of the activities that you do. And you're going to be taking more of your action steps toward your goals. And you're going to feel better as you're doing it. And the better you feel, the better you do. The better you do, the better you feel. The more action, the more you feel accomplished, etc. So this is the goal. This is what we're going to work on this week. Oh, actually, for the rest of our lives, because we all have those things in our lives that we want, and they're all out there to get. It's not like they're unattainable. It's just that we've got to get ourselves up to be taking those actions to create those things. Now, let me talk a little bit about the Facebook Live conversation here. Again, as you know, if you like what you see here, you got to put the like down at the bottom somewhere there. If you want to have any comments, you want to have some more discussion about what we're talking about here, just put a comment down there. Or you see that this is valuable and it could go to someone you may know or someone on your feed or all the people on your feed, then go ahead and share that out there in the world. And it will help this message get out to other people. Not that people don't know this. It's not rocket science, but people don't do it enough. And that's what we've got to do. We've got to practice those habits that get us to where we want to go. And don't practice those habits that take us away from where we want to go. Which brings me to the coaching. You know, again, I've been teaching this work now on how to be a success coach and a life coach and whatever kind of coach you would call yourself. But the Power Technology Coaching Academy is predicated on the principle that this work needs to get out into the world. And so by having other coaches to learn this work and be certified in it, now there's more people that can find out this information to help them use in their lives. Like I said, there have been 25,000 hours that I've been doing this with my clients over the years. And by the way, I just got a text the other day, and actually today, now I think about it, and what the text said is basically this client of mine made about $154,000 in 1 month. And so this is the kind of thing. Now, you may not want to make $154,000 in 1 month, but there's a lot of money to be made out there. So if you're interested in teaching this and learning about how to do it, I do all the training. We do it all through Zoom. And I've been doing it now for a while, and people are getting tremendous results out of what they're learning and how they go out and bring this out to the world. So if you're interested, you can go, there's the website is ptcoachingacademy.com, and it's give you all the information, or you can contact me and we'll have a conversation about it. I offer a free consultation with regards to learning these tools and how to be able to teach them and to be certified. And you can do this work anywhere in the world. So it's a great, great profession. Again, almost 29 years I've been doing this, and it's been a great, great ride, really. And I'm not done. I'll be doing this till they put me in the ground and kick dirt in my face. So, but again, just if you're interested or you know someone who might like to take a look at this, let me know and let them know about me. All right, in conclusion then, so what we want to do then is, as everything, just to know something and not go out and practice it is not beneficial to you. I think it was Leo Biscaglia said, to know and not to do is not to know. And so how do we get to know it? We get to do it more. And that's what I want you to do here, is that the practice talking yourself into the feelings that are going to get you to take the action you need to take in relationship to whatever goals you're working on. And again, a goal is something you want to be, you want to do, or you want to have. That's a stretch, yet it's attainable. So practice that. Keep talking to yourself about it. At first, your conscious mind's going to think, that's crazy. What are you doing? But at some point, the subconscious mind doesn't know whether it's crazy or not. It's going to start accepting all these things that you're saying as truth, and then generating you to be more in action. You take more action toward your goals, you create more of your goals. Not rocket science here. So if you have any questions about any of this, or I could assist you in any of it, by all means, contact me. So thank you again for listening. I really appreciate you being here. And as always, live the life you love and love the life you live. See you next time. Bye.